All right, all right. This is my first Instagram Live in quite a while, folks. I've been trying to Frosted Tiger. What's up with all the fucking rainbow flags, bro? Something you want to tell us? These are brand new glasses. Jimmy Luds. My favorite tranny hunter. Looking healthy, bully. Well, I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, my blood pressure was great today. I took my blood pressure, and it was 140 over 80. And that bottom number's fabulous. 80 is fucking perfect. But 140... that's the cutoff where it becomes borderline. So I redid it, and I did some deep breathing techniques. You should always breathe deeply. Breathe real deep when you do your blood pressure. I don't do it like that with my mouth looking stupid. I usually breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. But anyway, I rechecked it, and the second reading was like 123 over 73. And I'm like, God damn, that's fucking awesome. I see more rainbows. Tonight could be my lucky night. I might be able to get a little blowjob action. One of you soy boys. Blood pressure, you should have your prostate checked. Is that a proposition? Or getting your blood pressure down for the sale of a single gel measurement doesn't help? I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like what is it all the time? Right. Like just doing a bunch of deep breathing techniques just to get a good number? I know what you're saying. You really should only do that when you go to the doctor's office. No, but just doing it cold, I was 140 over 80. That's really not that bad. And then just doing a little bit of deep breathing, I got it down to 123 over 73. So, whatever. I did it twice, bro. If you don't like the second one where I did the deep breathing, you can say I'm 140 over 80. But, Jay, when are you going to give up on the hair? I think this is a fine haircut. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to shave it all one length. I just refuse to do that. I don't like that look. So anyway, I am in the great state of Alabama. Picking up a load here in the morning, headed to South Carolina, and then back down to Florida for the holiday weekend. Should be seeing Brad and Lenny and Andrew. So, if you guys want to get a hold of me, I'll just, I'll give you guys all the Misfit phone numbers and addresses. Big J checking in from the road. Come through Atlanta. Fuck Atlanta. Jim in Columbia. I'm not sure where I'm going exactly in South Carolina. I'm not going to be there long. I think my delivery, let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll be there. I will be in South Carolina for about maybe 6 hours. Like 2 hours to get to my delivery, 2 hours getting unloaded, and 2 hours to get to Georgia. So I will not be in South Carolina long. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I might spend the night in South Carolina tomorrow night. I'll probably get to South Carolina tomorrow night and spend the night somewhere. I like Columbia. Is that where the University of South Carolina is? The Gamecocks? That's a good town to go party in. I like it. I'm on my first cup of coffee. You ever assist in the unload? I used to unload trucks of tires with drivers. Whoa, unloading tires is a bitch, man, because they're not palletized. They fucking load that whole 53-foot trailer from fucking floor to the roof, from the nose to the tail. That takes hours. No, I don't help unload. I like that. Brendan Pottage. Jay doesn't touch freight. That's right. Ever delivered a load to Boston? No, I've only been to the, I've never been to Boston, but I've been like on the outskirts of Mass. Where's the Basketball Hall of Fame? I've been through that town a couple times. Sleeping in the truck does not suck. It's actually very fucking cozy. And the air conditioning is ice fucking cold. And the sound of the engine and a little bit of the vibration that the big diesel provides is actually rather comforting. It's like, I don't know, I like it. I get incredible sleep in the truck, especially with the CPAP on my face. I sleep better in the truck than I do in a motel room. Honest to God. Biden 2020. That's stupid. Why would you want Biden 2020? The only reason you should vote for a Democrat is if you are disabled and can't work, you're a bum and refuse to work, or, well, I guess those are the only two reasons. Because all the Democrats want to do is raise your fucking taxes and pay other people that don't work. Get a fucking clue. Biden will shut down the entire country. Yeah, he's a lunatic. You know, I was going through my head, not literally, figuratively, and let me explain why. I got it. I think Biden's going to win about 17 states, but I think some of those are up for grabs. Like Trump could steal Nevada, Trump could steal Minnesota, Trump could steal Virginia. So I think about the best Trump can do, an absolute perfect storm. I think Biden's going to win about 14 states. I think if Biden has a real good night, I think he'll win 17. I just can't think of any. He's not going to win every state Hillary won in 2016. He just can't. Because there's no individual support for Biden out there. The only people that are going to vote for Joe Biden are people that would vote for the candidate that has a D next to their name, no matter who it was. There is absolutely zero excitement for the candidate. Nobody's excited about Joe Biden. So the only people that are voting for him are people that vote Democrat every time, no matter what. Those are the only votes he's going to get. Even people that really don't like Trump, like suburban white housewives, who probably voted for Hillary, even though they with their income and their family situation, they'd be better off voting Republican. You know, they're starting to come around and see that just the Democrat way is not the right way. Mindless sheep. I mean, if you're in the military, you don't want to vote Democrat. If you're a police officer, you don't want to vote Democrat. If you're college educated, you don't want to vote Democrat. If you're a hard-working blue-collar man, you don't want to fucking vote Democrat. About the only union that is really fucking powerful that's supporting Biden is the teachers union. And you know they're all goddamn communists. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, you really should vote what benefits your own pocketbook, your own wallet. So, like, I know there's people that are disabled for whatever reason, no fault of their own, or even if it is a fault of their own. Let's say you were drunk driving and you fucking paralyzed yourself, crashing your car like a retard. No, but I mean, if you're disabled and you live 100% off the government because you can't work, it's probably in your best interest to vote Democrat. Because, and if you're a fucking bum and you don't work out of choice, you probably should vote Democrat. If you are a single mom whose only job is pumping out babies, you should vote Democrat. I really don't see who else it benefits. I mean, they claim to be the party of diversity and tolerance and all that. But you guys, any of you guys that watch TV, you see what they're really like when you look at these BLM protests with Antifa thugs there. They're not about diversity and tolerance. That's all a crock of shit. For crying out loud. Is Dale on here? Hey Dale, what's up? Dale, I don't know if you've seen the video. There's this midget kid that he actually competes in Special Olympics. He's a shot putter, like I did in college. This little teeny midget throws the shot put in the Special Olympics, and he posted a video the other day of fucking him squatting 405 for a couple reps. And the caption was pretty funny. He said, just a little guy squatting 2.5 times his body weight. And I guess the guy's max is like over 500. So he must be real good at singles because he only did 405 for, I don't know, 3 or 4. I don't see someone doing 405 for 304 getting 500. But some people are really good at doing singles. And midgets have a different, or I should say dwarf. Dwarfs have a different bone and tendon structure. So, maybe a dwarf that can squat 405 for 4 could do a 500 single. Jay, any advice for herniated lumbar discs? No, that's not my area of expertise, bro. God damn, I'll tell you, I don't know if it would help a herniated disc, but I know that doing crunches on an ab bench, where you where your head goes on the pad and you got handles for your hands, and you put your feet up on those pegs. It's called an ab bench, and you just do simple crunches. That's about the best thing for anybody's back. I don't care if you got herniated discs or not. That's just good for your back. Oh. You're too kind, Cuban. Oh, is conservative Cuban on here? Oh, there he is. Conservative Cuban is my boy, man. I really like this guy. I've never met him in person, but him and I have been pretty good online friends for, maybe a couple of months now. He's a Jupiter guy, which isn't far from Delray Beach. So hopefully we can get together. We're trying to get him on the podcast. So if you guys, here's what you guys can do. Message Brad. Tell Brad you want the conservative Cuban on the fucking podcast. My name's Dale Chance. I'm on my Harley-Davidson bike talking to these bigger fellers. Shit. Dale's pretty big. I'll tell you what, when Dale Chance is like 260, it's pretty, he can keep up with just about anybody with the weights. What about those Louis Simmons reverse hyper machines for the lower back? Reverse hypers are incredible. Really good comment there, bro. But for me, and I know everybody's different, I think the reverse hyper is a hamstring exercise. I feel like it's a machine version of the stiff-legged deadlift. You're just lifting the weights with your ankles instead of your hands. So I always did reverse hypers at the end of my leg day for my hammies. And I remember at the old Delray Fitness, the old World Gym in Delray, where I first met the Misfits, they had a reverse hyper. And I remember, obviously this is before I injured my knees, I used to do reverse hypers at the end of my leg workout. And I felt, and this is just me personally, this is just my opinion, that by adding reverse hypers at the end of my leg day, I felt that I was able to maintain a pretty decent deadlift without ever deadlifting. Like if I would decide to deadlift and come in and do a deadlift one day, it wasn't like I was doing my first deadlift workout. It was like I'd been doing them all along. It was a pretty cool experience. I just felt like without deadlifting, the reverse hyper machine kept me in the game. And you play to win the game. If you're new to this program, we play to win the game. And you can't win the game if something isn't keeping you in the game. And I felt that reverse hypers kept me in the game. And I never really felt it in my lower back. I just felt like that was a... Reverse hypers are a lazy man's stiff-legged deadlift. Stiff-legged deadlift. I feel like it's a hamstring exercise. But that's just me. That's just my fat-ass trucker body. Or maybe I have a real strong lower back, and my hamstrings are my weakness. I don't know. I know my hamstrings are not my weakness now. I mean, not since my quad injuries. I mean, my hammies have completely taken over my leg strength. You know, I posted that Pendley row workout on my YouTube Sunday, and I'll tell you what, pretty cool feeling Monday morning. You know what was sore Monday morning? My lats, my hamstrings, and my calves. So, and I think that's awesome. Let me explain why. Obviously doing Pendley rows, it's not hard to figure out why your hamstrings would get sore, because that's a dynamic movement. That's not a strict bodybuilding barbell row for back. With a Pendley row, you want to explode off the floor and use every muscle you got. So it doesn't surprise me that my hammies were a little tender, because I haven't even been training legs at all since the COVID shutdown. When I was off work and staying in Delray, I was training quite a bit of legs just because I wasn't working. But since I've been back to work, I haven't done a lick of legs. So yesterday morning, my hammies were a little sore. My fucking calves were sore. So I'm thinking to myself, because there was no one else there, there's no one else to think to, that if my calves are sore from doing Pendley rows, that means I was exploding off the floor with everything I fucking had. There's no other way to explain it. I mean, and that's what that exercise is all about. Exploding off the floor with everything you got. See, that's one of my training philosophies is stop thinking about what muscle you're training that day. Any of you guys that have ever heard the term systems approach, and usually people apply it to business. Well, I like to think about lifting it with a systems approach. So, what system was I training Sunday? Well, Pendley rows are going to work your entire posterior chain. Okay? That's from the fucking top of your traps to the fucking back of your fucking heel. And man, I felt it. My calves were a little tender, and I really enjoyed that feeling. Because I haven't been, so I don't know. It's just a little. Maybe some of you guys who've been doing legs, you might not experience that. It's just I thought I would share it. Is your philosophy is that malt liquor you're drinking? Huh. No, but with the systems approach to lifting, like let's say you take your three main bodybuilding lifts: your bench, your squat, and your bent over row. And I don't even want to get into how to properly do a bent over row right now. I'm not talking about Pendley rows. I'm not talking about Yates rows. I'm just talking about back to basics, bent over barbell row. Those should be your three basic systems to get big: the bench, the squat, and the bent over barbell row. So, if you take a systems approach to lifting, and those are your three basic movements, what taking a systems approach, what exercises are you going to do to make each of those three exercises better? Well, for the barbell row, you're going to want to do like a low row, a high row. Like you're going to want to, it's almost like the opposite of doing chest. You're going to want to do an incline, a decline, a close grip. And then for the squat, you're going to want to do a hack squat, to get some quad workout in. You're going to want to do a fucking leg press to really hit those hammies and those glutes. So see, isolation work, that's why I don't do a lot of arms or stupid shit like fucking hamstring curls. That's not a systems approach, bro. Bicep curls, that's not helping my barbell row. If I want to take a systems approach to make my barbell row better, for biceps, at the end of my back routine, I'm going to do a reverse grip lat pull down, like this. That's what you should do for biceps. I'll tell you what, a lot of professional strongman competitors, like the world's strongest man, they don't train biceps because they don't want to tear their biceps. So they will do, I know some of the more fit guys will do chin-ups for their biceps because there's nothing better for your biceps than chin-ups. So the guys that are more fit will do chin-ups for biceps, and then some of your heavier guys who can't do chin-ups, they'll do the reverse grip lat pull down. And if you take a systems approach to your squat, how's a leg curl going to help your squat? Or a leg extension going to help your squat? It's not. So you're going to want to do something like a hack squat for your fucking quad, and you're going to want to do something like a stiff-legged deadlift or a reverse hyper for your hamstring. That's what's going to help your squat. And we're not even talking about the deadlift, because I'm trying to put this in bodybuilding terms so it relates to more people. But the three lifts, the three systems you need to attack if you want to grow are the squat, the bench, and the barbell row. And what really got me thinking about that was probably back in about 1985, 1986. I read an interview in Muscle and Fitness, Joe Weider's old magazine, and they were interviewing Lee Haney. And Lee Haney said, I base my routine on the squat, the bench, and the barbell row. And he said, and I can't quote him because it's been 40 years since I read the article. He said, I'm convinced with just those three exercises, I could get in pretty good shape, and I believe that. And that quote stuck with me all these years. So Lee Haney, here he is, the pinnacle of his profession, Mr. Olympia, the biggest man on the planet, ripped to the bone. And he's telling everybody that I think I could get in pretty good shape with these three basic exercises. So I'm surprised Weider fucking printed it, because that cookie cutter magazine, they teach people to work out like Brad, where you got to do 5-6 exercises, you got to have all this stupid shit. Brad likes to make fun of me. Oh, you drove all the way here to do 3 sets. Yeah, but my 3 sets counted. Doing 30 sets isn't going to do shit. If you're just out there exercising, might as well just go fucking jog the beach. Adam Harper got Genova in decent shape that 1 year. Yeah, well, define shape. I mean, when you say shape, you mean percent body fat? Because that's all knife and fork. That really has nothing to do with the way you train. Like, if I wanted to get lean, which obviously right now I don't, I wouldn't change the way I train. I would change what I do with the knife and fork too many of you morons have been watching too many Rocky movies where you think if you want to get in shape, you got to do more work. Whoever that doesn't that's never ever gonna work. To think that you can do more work to get in shape. No. The getting in shape, quote unquote, which I interpret as when you say get in shape, that just means look good. That's all knife and fork, bro. That has nothing to do with the way you train. And it has nothing to do with your conditioning either, because I've seen football players and boxers that look like they never touched a weight in their life that would fucking kill you. Arnold lied to us. Yeah, Arnold was the master of misinformation. Arnold put out so much bad information on his training because he didn't want his competitors doing what he was doing. But, I mean, yeah, Arnold was a prick from everything I've gathered. Muscular development is the only real truth. Now, wasn't Muscular Development Bob Hoffman's magazine? The museum I went to at York Barbell in Pennsylvania? So, anyway, just back to that systems approach real quick. So, guys, on my pressing day, I don't, when people are saying, what are you training today, Jay? I don't say it like a bodybuilder, like, well, I'm training chest, and I'm training front and middle deltoid, and I'm training my triceps. No, I'm doing a pressing routine. Mostly barbells, but I'm going to do machines too. But in reality, I'm doing chest, front and middle deltoid, and triceps. But I don't say it like that because I don't think that way. I think in a systems approach. And so I pretty much figured out. Now, here's another great principle. This works really well in the systems approach that I'm trying to teach you guys here. It's called the principle of first and thirds. Okay? You always want to put your main exercise, the one you want to get really good at, first. That just makes sense, right? You bench first, you squat first, you do your bent over rows first. Okay? Now, a common mistake is people will put an exercise similar to that second. Not so quick, my friends. Here's where the principle of first and thirds comes in. What you do, you put your primary exercise first, okay? Then, second, you change it up a little bit and you do something from a different angle. Get me? And then, third, you come back and you train the muscle from the same angle that you did first, but you do it with a different exercise. And you guys know I love this expression. Let me explain. That's why for my pressing routine, I would do bench press flat first. Then my second exercise, I would go to either a decline or an incline. Okay? And then my third exercise, I'm going to come back flat, but I'm going to bring the grip in and do a narrow. Get it? First and thirds. I'm not going to do my narrow grip second. That's just stupid. I'm going to go to a different angle, you know what I'm saying? You're almost resting the fibers. Like, in fact, you are the fibers that get activated on the flat bench, you're resting those fibers while you do the incline or the decline, and then you come back to the flat bench and you do your narrow grip bench for your tricep. And you'll actually be better at your close grips doing them third as opposed to second. And I hope that's not too heavy or too much to think about. And here's how I adapt that to legs. You come in, you squat first, right? That's the lift you want to work at. That's your primary. Okay? Second, I'm going to change up that angle. I'm going to go to a hack squat machine, which is going to work the quads. Okay? Third, back in my wheelhouse, that's more similar to a squat. Get it? The leg press and the squat are more similar to a squat. Get it? The leg press and the squat are more of a similar range of motion. First and thirds. With the hack squat in the middle. And on pressing day, flat bench close grip with an incline or a decline in the middle. First and thirds. And on back, you can get a little more creative. If you bench press, if you do barbell rows first, you could do a low row second. It doesn't actually work as well for back. Like back, I like to get all three angles in my first three exercises. Like I would do my bent over rows first, and then because my upper back is one of my weaknesses, I would do like a hammer strength isolateral low row. I like the low row because you're actually pulling somewhat up, and so you activate more upper back, and that's one of my weaknesses. Like, relax, that's fucking gay. And then like my third exercise, I would do like a hammer strength high row. So I don't exactly use the first and thirds on back day, let me tell you why. Because most LA Fitness don't have all the hammer strength back machines. If you go to an LA Fitness, they either have the isolateral low row or they have the isolateral row. So if you start out here, all right, in a perfect situation, here's how I would do it at first and thirds for back. I would do bent over barbell rows first. Then I would go over to a hammer strength machine and do an isolateral low row, which actually has more of a range of motion like a Yates row, and really, really target that upper back, because for me, that's a weak spot. And then I would go to the isolateral, the regular isolateral row, like One Arm Chuck used to do at the old World Gym. So that's a perfect way to do first and thirds for back. Is start out with the fucking barbell row, and then your second exercise, figure out what your weakness is. Do you need to do the isolateral high row, or do you need to do the isolateral low row? And then for your third exercise, come back to the regular isolateral row, which has two different handles. You can do it this way or neutral grip. And neutral grip involves more bicep. and more brachialis. So, as a third exercise, you might want to consider doing neutral grip. That would be a great way to take first and thirds to the next level, like you did on bench day, where you use two different grips. On back day, you started out with this grip on your barbell rows. Then you go to your high row or your low row, whatever you decide to do, and then you come back to your machine row, and you switch up the grip, do the neutral grip. Same range of motion, two different grips. It would actually pair really good with your pressing routine, because your pressing routine, the third exercise, it really emphasizes the tricep. And if you did that on back day, your third exercise would really emphasize the bicep. So that's how, if you get really smart about your exercise selections, I just gave you guys an easy recipe to pick 9 exercises, okay? 9. N-I-N-E. 9. Pick 9 exercises. Set up a program where you're emphasizing the bench, the squat, and the bent over row. Utilize the first and third principle. Okay? So you do 3 pressing, 3 leg, 3 back, 9 exercises a week. I guarantee you, you can get huge on 9 exercises a week. Huge. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. Well, Jay, there's going to be I want to compete as a bodybuilder. I just really feel that there's going to be holes in my physique. I just don't feel like I can build my whole body. 9 exercises. Okay. I understand that question. It goes back to how we are human organisms. Okay? Your body is going to grow. If you follow what I just said and pick 9 exercises and get really goddamn good at those 3 exercises, you're going to grow according to your genetic map. Period. Okay? Now, you get some bodybuilding fucking weirdo or some personal trainer weirdo that's gonna think that you can add muscle to specific fucking areas. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I addressed this in a live stream maybe about 2 weeks ago. And I talked about tadpoles becoming frogs, okay? Now you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck, he's drunk? What the fuck do tadpoles have to do with bodybuilding or getting fucking big and strong? Let me explain. If you're a goddamn tadpole, and your goal is to become a big motherfucking badass frog, you tell me how doing cable side laterals for your middle deltoid or dumbbell kickbacks for your triceps while you're still a tadpole are going to make you a bigger frog. Because the other tadpoles that aren't doing that nonsense, that are just working their entire bodies and eating, all they're focused on is eating. Calories, calories, calories. And they're using their whole body, like holistic training, which is now see if you add up if you take a systems approach and add up all the systems, you get holistic training. Get it? You're doing holistic training, but you split it into 3 systems. So these other tadpoles, they don't really have a systems approach. You know, they're just young. They're just having a good time, swimming around, you know, looking at pussy, fucking eating, laughing, having a good time, playing sports. And you're there doing dumbbell side laterals or cable side laterals, and dumbbell tricep kickbacks, preacher curls, and other nonsense, while they're training their entire body and they're eating. They're going to become a bigger frog than you. Okay? It's just the way nature works. So that's why bodybuilding just doesn't work for high school sports, because how many dumbbell side laterals or tricep kickbacks do you think Joe Montana did or Tom Brady did to get those Super Bowl rings? Come on, man. If Tom Brady's running for his life from a 300-pound fucking lineman, you tell me how dumbbell side laterals, tricep kickbacks, or preacher curls are going to help him. They're not. And I know some of you guys don't do sports, and I know some of you guys don't do bodybuilding, but we're all here together in life. And so what you should do, unless you're going to be a pro athlete or a pro bodybuilder, train for life. What's going to make you just better on the street, or better at work, or better on your job, or better with your girlfriend, or a better dad? And the basic exercises are going to do that for you. If you follow my routine, my holistic training, where I split it into 3 different systems. I don't care if you're at fucking Disney and you're splashing around the fucking pool and throwing your kid into the deep end. You're going to be better at it than some guy who's doing dumbbell side laterals and fucking tricep kickbacks and preacher curls. Because his body doesn't know how to work as an organism. Have you ever seen a bodybuilder try and do something athletic and it just looks like it doesn't work? That's what I'm talking about. because you can't do all these isolation moves and then go expect to be a normal fucking human. You need to do compound movements. You know, like you do bench. Let's say you're hurting for time. Let's say you're just a highly successful motherfucker. Let's go extreme. Let's say you're a CEO and you got time to train 3 days a week and you only got 45 minutes. I would have you doing bench, squat, and barbell row. And I guarantee you're going to make more gains than your friends who are working with a trainer who's got them fucking doing side laterals and then, you know, in between sets doing fucking crunches on a fucking bounce ball. Give me a fucking break. We are organisms. We respond systemically. Okay? Like whatever system you're using, like you don't even have to be using the other system. And as an organism, you're still going to grow. Like, let's say you were a slave building the pyramids, and your only job was lifting shit up, like every fucking day. You went to the same goddamn job, and you had to hand shit to the guy that was above you, like this. You don't tell me you'd be stronger picking shit up from the floor than someone that didn't train? Of course you would. Because as an organism, see, that's why I like the tadpole and the frog analogy. As an organism, if you know ninth grade biology, your body's not going to let you build a freak. Like a slave building the pyramids. His only job was to hand things upward like this. You think it's going to let him get away with having fucking little Lenny calves? No. Your whole body's going to get bigger. And that's what bodybuilders really haven't figured out yet. That's why when you see pictures of fucking Jay Cutler next to strongmen, and Jay Cutler looks like Dale Chance, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you need to be a pro strongman. I'm just saying, how many of you guys are going to get on stage and compete in bodybuilding? Probably 1% of you. Okay? So why the fuck are you training like that? It makes no sense. So, anyway. I shouldn't be giving away my training system for free right now. But I love you guys.
I'd be a pussy-ass motherfucker if I would decline. I'm already, I got the mug laying over there. I'm already 5 deep. 5 deep on the hurricane. Can you hear me, bully?
Yeah, it looks like you got your hair under control. Did you get a haircut?
Yes, I went to a proper place of getting your hair cut. I got my hair cut by a white person. The Cubans, as racist as it sounds, Jay, you'll understand this. I got my first lesson on this when I was very young. My stepfather, who he was flawed, but in his way, he was a good man. I remember we were working on you'll love this. My mother once had a 1974 LT Camaro with a 350. Yes, it had the bumpers on it. Anyway.
74 is the worst year.
Well, this was a good car. I remember my stepdad.
73 was the last year of the steel bumpers. So every car in 74 is ugly as fuck.
Then this was a 73 because it had the steel bumpers on it.
Okay.
I remember the LT.
Look at a 73 Trans Am compared to a 74. The 74s are ugly as fuck.
Bro, and that's why I always thought of the Camaro as a woman's car. If I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, my mom had this car, and I remember my stepdad were working on this where we have to change spark plugs. And I remember my stepdad telling me, he goes, listen, let's do this like the white people. You can call it racist. You could call it whatever a Cuban said it. I've heard other Cubans say it, whether you're doing new construction or you're replacing something in someone's house. Listen. Vamos a hacerlo con lo blanco. Let's do this like the white people, okay? Vamos a hacerlo con lo blanco, okay? But anyway.
Well, you got to teach me how to say that.
Vamos a hacerlo como lo blanco.
Shit. I'm a little buzzed. I'm not going to get it tonight.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
Back to your philosophy about being Camaros, bitch cars. I got a good story. My dad's dad was an executive at Pontiac Motor Company, and which makes the Firebird, which is pretty much the same car as the Camaro, except the sheet metal's a little different.
Jay, you're being way too modest. Your dad, hold on a minute. Back up. Just say that one more time. People are going to think you're talking shit or whatever. Say that one more time about your father, about Pontiac.
My grandfather, Jack Masterson, was a vice president at Pontiac Motor. He was in charge of buying all the steel, all the rubber. He played football at he fucking played football at Hillsdale College. I think 1951, or they were undefeated. NAIA national champs. He won the in World War II. He got the Distinguished Navy fucking cross. Yeah, my grandfather was fucking off the chain, man. 6'5", 300, very mean man. I wish I would have got his height. But anyway, back to my story.
Please.
So my mother, growing up my whole life, had pretty cool Firebirds. In fact, when I was a baby, we had a 67 Firebird 400 that ran like a raped ape. And shit, I don't know how much the fans will be interested in the story. Why? But I know why, because the first 67, the first 567 Firebird 400s were all Videro green, and they all got prepped out of the factory to be fast as fuck. because it was a marketing campaign, and because they didn't want that car to be fucking a dog. So the first 500 Firebirds out of the factory in 1967 were all Videro green, all had 400s, all went down to Ace Wilson's Royal Pontiac on Woodward Avenue and got fucking blueprinted distributors, fucking timing kits, just reworked carburetors. So they were all ringers, basically. It was a marketing genius move. So anyway, somehow, because my grandfather was a big shot at Pontiac, my mom,
Christ.
that was like one of her first cars, because my grandfather would bring these fucking crazy cars home and keep them for 6 months until he was allowed to sell them. That was a rule.
Jesus Christ, Jay. The wealth of information that you have about Pontiac, my God, man, you have no idea how I can just hear Bradford, God bless him, saying, "Oh, Jesus Christ." In that you are a wealth of knowledge of you are a wealth of knowledge of Pontiac. People don't understand how important Pontiac is. Pontiac is the one. They are the one. They are the pioneers of the muscle car. So yeah. I mean, my God,
GTO was the first muscle car. So all right, let me get back to my story. So I'm in the back seat of that nasty 67 green one. My father, who was probably smoking a little ganja, plows into somebody at a red light, totals the car. I'm fine. So, my grandfather...
American Steel.
My grandfather gets... my mom's next car is this really lame 69 Firebird in a Daytona yellow with a 350. So, anyway, that car was so slow, but it looked cool. It looked cute. It was yellow with a black vinyl top. It looked cute. It just had a little 350 in it. It was a nice little bitch car. But it wasn't like that nasty green one with the 400. Jesus Christ, was that car insane. So, anyway, moving along. My mom's third Firebird was very similar to the car used in Smokey and the Bandit. It was a 77, but it wasn't a Trans Am. It was back in those days. They had a model called the Formula.
Yes.
Which had all the same big engines as the Trans Ams. It just didn't have the big tacky bird on the hood and that scoop.
Folks, for those of you that don't know what Jay is talking about, at that time, all of the big time baseball players, they had that car. They had that car. And the only reason why I know that because I'm a huge baseball fan. Anyway, Jay, please, pardon me.
All right. So, anyway, my whole life, my mom, who's pretty hot, had these fast as fuck Pontiac Firebirds, right? So I'm away at college, and I'm not living at home. I'm doing my own thing, and that new Camaro and that new Trans Am comes out, and I think 93. I think that's when the new one came out, 93. And I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and this is brilliant. You're gonna love this. She's like, "Yeah, you'd be proud of me, Jason. I'm looking at a new Camaro." And And
God bless her.
I about throw up in my fucking mouth. And I fucking compose myself.
It's your mom. Relax. It's your mom.
And listen to what I said. Pure genius. And I didn't skip a beat because I know how to play my mother. Oops, sorry. I said, Mom, you had 3 Firebirds while I was growing up. Now you want to get a Camaro? And she's like, well, yeah, I really like the way they look. And I'm like, and I'm like, Mom, did anyone ever tell you, this is where it becomes brilliant, because I know how superficial women are. And my mom is no different. I say, Mom, has anybody ever told you that a Camaro is a poor man's Firebird? And she's like, no. Are they? And I said, yeah, come on. It's a goddamn Chevy. It's not a Pontiac. Why would you get a Camaro? That's fucking for dirtbags. And so anyway, a few weeks later, she comes home with this fucking bad fucking ass purple pearl Formula. She got another Formula. She didn't get a Trans Am. She got a Formula 350 in purple pearl.
God bless that woman. You know, every time I think about these cars, how great they were, I think about my uncles on my mom's side of the family, my grandfather, my dad's dad. He did not have anything less than a 350 until the very last vehicle that he owned, which was a Buick Regal that had a V6 in it. But his first car here in America was a Fury with a 7-liter in it. His second car was a 1973.
Most Furies had a 440.
Yeah. The second car he had was a 73 Monte Carlo with a 350. The third car he had no choice because, you know, my aunt was his little girl. And, Jay, you're going to love this. He traded in that 73 Monte Carlo for an 86, right off the lot, an 86 Grand National for my aunt, my dad's sister. Yes. And my grandfather, now hear this. My grandfather got her car, which he got for her brand new. 1978 Z28 Camaro, which he took that. You're going to love this, Jay. My dad, my grandmother, and I, no one knew what the hell was going on. The car needed to be repainted. The interior needed to be redone. This is what the old man does. Cubans, the way Cubans are, they only seek out the Cubans. They're not going to seek out an American. They're not going to seek out a German, blah, blah, blah. They seek out other Cubans. So my grandfather knows this Cuban that works at the airport. This is like in the early 80s. And the guy paints airplanes for a living.
He probably was an aircraft paint back in the day.
My grandfather has the Camaro stock already came gray with the pinstripes and everything on it, like orange and yellow. He got it repainted with this gray airplane paint.
Emron.
Holy shit. You could sit this car out for years in the middle of the desert. You can go back and buff out that paint like nothing. Who ever heard of that? I
know all about it. Aircraft paint was called Imron back in the day. Like, it wasn't lacquer. It wasn't, what's the other kind?
Fuck if I know.
Lacquer, enamel. No, it was Imron. Dude, all the guys that painted that shit are dead.
I'm sorry to laugh maniacally, but it's funny. Holy shit. That's how potent that paint is. Anyway, holy fuck. You know, everyone that's watching this right now, everyone has welcomed me into the piss. Thank you. Jay has been nothing but gracious and nice, and oh shit, Jay, do you have the Marlon Brando mug right now? Do you have the Marlon Brando mug right now? I see no method. I see no method. Oh, God.
That's Martin Sheen that says that.
I see no method.
I see no method at all. Yeah,
oh, my
I don't
God.
have a red light in this truck. It sucks.
That's actually unsafe, Jay. You know it's unsafe.
I know. Every truck should have a map reading light with a red lens.
See, now we're going to worry about you. We're going to worry about your safety as you're driving down the road and the sun's going down, the sun's coming up. Well, that's characteristic of Riviera Beach, a siren going off. Nobody be alarmed. Everything's fine. As long as there's not any gunshots, everything's fine.
So, I heard you've been getting all friendly with Brad.
Brad, this is what happened out of nowhere. Brad follows me back, which I followed him months ago. And, look, when it comes to social media, when it comes to people that either in the limelight or anything, for instance, folks, I have a very close friend who works for WABC. He's on in the mornings on Bernie and Sid. His name is Sid Rosenberg. He and I are very good friends. I know well enough to leave. Hey, Jay, that's the guy that you end up liking the stuff that I post because.
Man. Come on,
no,
man.
No.
Say that?
No. Listen, Jay.
Hey, if I can throw a racial jab at someone, I'm gonna take it.
Jay, you're like how I am. Moses was a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. We roll with the Jews. Whether we're Christian or Catholic or whatever, we roll with the Jews. Oh, wait a minute. We got a helicopter going. Now things are getting exciting. God, I love this town. Anyway.
Riviera Beach is a shithole.
God, I love it, Jay. I'm right here by the water, by the way. But anyway, it's exciting. I love it. It's liberating.
Are you close to Singer Island?
Actually, I'm right by the bridge.
Dude, I heard scuba diving that bridge is crazy.
Yeah, it's very nice. Hold on, my neighbor's running for his life. My neighbor's a very nice guy. He's running for his life right now. Anyway, I'm right here doing a live on Instagram with the great Jay Masters, the online powerlifting coach. That's right, everybody. Snap a picture while you can. Trump supporter, of course.
Hey,
yes, there are Trump flags. There are Trump flags, folks, in Riviera Beach. Believe it or not, we have Trump flags in Riviera Beach. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen now? Oh my God!
Hey, I used to deliver booze in Riviera Beach.
Hey, look, as you said, Jay, and Riviera Beach is one of those places. Unless you're going to look for trouble, you're not going to find trouble.
Right. You know where that liquor store is? I think it's 13th Street and Martin Luther King. It's right across the street from the port. I think it's called Riviera Liquors.
Well, Jay.
Hold on, dude.
All right, I'm back. Everything's fine. The algorithm didn't affect us. I just right behind me, a neighbor of mine is flying a Trump flag. This is in the middle of Riviera Beach. Unfortunately, you cannot see it because it's too goddamn dark. But you can see the moonlight.
Hey,
Anyway.
I don't know if you heard what I said. Do you know where the
No.
liquor store is? It's like 13th Street and Martin Luther King. It's right by the port.
Yes.
It's called Riviera
Yes.
Liquors.
I've gone there on Christmas Day. It has saved lives, Jay. That place has been open on Christmas Day, and it has saved lives. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Before I became a real trucker, I used to deliver booze. Yeah. I like those Arabs in that store, man. They got guns.
Look, here's the thing. Here in America, there are a lot of individuals that are from, for instance, either India or they're Sikh, and they fucking love this country. Holy fuck. You talk to people from Britain, and you ask them about the Sikhs. The Sikhs love Britain. They have enlisted. They have fighted in their wars. The Sikhs and the Indian. There are videos dedicated to Donald Trump of the Indian people in India praying for him, constantly praying for him. Hold on, it piss and gastrics.
So anyway, the reason I brought up Riviera Liquors at 13th and Martin Luther King is because those people will hold the door open for a fucking delivery guy. Where if you're down in Boca Raton, some rich cunt who doesn't even work for a living, she's gonna treat you like you're invisible. I would rather be in the goddamn ghetto. As long as it's like 7 in the morning to like 3 in the afternoon, I'd rather be in the goddamn ghetto than in Boca Raton. Because the people are going to treat me, you know, being a blue collar man with muscles, the people in the ghetto are going to treat me like I deserve. When I'm in rich town where it's all nothing but rich New York Jews, I'm invisible. You know what pisses me off? When people treat me like I'm invisible, and I'm 335 pounds. I'm going to get in your face.
You know, it's interesting that you bring this up, Jay. Do what I do for a living. I work for a, not to get into too much detail, and I really don't give a fuck if I get doxxed. You call the store, trust me, they'll have fun. They'll have absolute fun. They'll love it. But, you know, I work for a retail chain. You know who it is.
I don't. I forgot.
Fuck it. It's Publix. I don't give a fuck. But, look, I don't give a look. One of the saddest things I see every day now, Jay, because of wearing these masks, you don't see anybody saying, excuse me, pardon me, hello, this, and, you know, kiss my ass, get the fuck out of the way. Nothing. They want to plow through everything. What in the hell is going on in humanity? That's my, Jay, I wouldn't have the job that I have if I didn't like, you know, helping people. I wouldn't have the fucking job that I have. I like helping people. You having trouble finding? Okay, it's right there. It's great. Everything's great. But my God, when you come to the store and you just want to plow through everything, how can anyone have any sympathy for you? You're not saying hello, excuse me, pardon me, kiss my ass, get the fuck out of the way. Nothing. And I contribute this. It's psychological. It has to do with these fucking masks.
Oh, big time. Big time psychological. Dude, the feminists are saying that the creeper men are feeling safer behind the masks and doing more eye contact. And I actually, I see it. I agree with that.
Look, 2020, here's one thing that cannot be denied. 2020 has been a great time to walk around in the open with a warrant out for your arrest. It has been great. For some people, it's been unlucky, but for most people, it's been a great time to have a warrant out for your arrest. I mean, how else can you look at it? My speech is slurring. I'm fucked.
It's also been a great week, a great year to be a douchebag because the federal fucking government has been supplementing your fucking unemployment.
Okay, now we're heading into another subject. We're heading into socialism, folks. Understand that we're talking about socialism now. When they take away your hard-working money and they give it to people that don't do anything, they feel that they're entitled. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's racist, Jay.
The government
it's racist, Jay.
didn't allow you to work. That's not socialism.
You know, I'm going to have to admit there was a point there where I was actually worried. But now, as crazy as it sounds, and he's talked about it before, Alex Jones, that fucking lunatic, everyone thinks he's fucking nuts, and he's putting on a show and all kinds of shit. But right now, what he has talked about before, it's happening. It's a renaissance. Everyone is seeing everything for what it is. Everyone knows what's going on. We're being separated. We're being made to argue with each other. We're being made to disagree with each other.
That's 90s rock.
Hey, man.
What song is that? Gotta keep them separated.
Oh my
90s
God.
90s rock.
Oh man, isn't that the same? Isn't that the same group that has the song that talks about?
It's Green Day or Offspring.
It's Offspring. It's Offspring. That's where the same group that has a song where the guy he loves the girl taking advantage of him. It's okay, man, because I like the abuse.
Oh, the self-esteem song.
Oh, that's them, bro. It's them. That's them.
I love the self-esteem song.
That's Offspring, bro. Jay, I'm going to be 47 in November. You're the big brother. I'm the little brother, but I'm still there. I'm still there, hanging there with you. By the way, I gotta give credit where credit is due. That meme that Chuck E. Cheese Ranch came up with you and Dale smoking in a band in that scene. Where Sheriff Buford D. Justice shows up. Did you see that? He ran right through our roadblock. You some bitches couldn't close an umbrella. That's where the scene is from. It's fantastic. God bless Chuck E. Cheese Ranch. That's why I said, finally. Look, guys, I'm just a ham and egger that lives here in Riviera Beach. Okay, I got wife, I got kids. There's only so much I can do, okay?
Oh, I didn't know you were a family man.
Jay, yes. Jay, now, Jay, you're going to love this, Jay. I'll go back in my background. At 23, I made the stupid mistake of getting married, right? I divorced that bitch. Technically, by 2002, January, we're technically divorced. I went the Bradford route. I immediately hooked up with a woman I should have had no business doing. What happened was the exception to the rule. See, the first woman that I married, no offense to anyone, and Jay understands this. The first woman that I married, she was Cuban, and she was out of her fucking mind. Look, I never
Coming
cheated
after you
on
with
you.
fucking frying pans.
Well, look, I'm going to say this. At one time, I worked for UPS, and there's documentation and witnesses of bruises on my arms of her attacking me. I was a battered husband, technically. The woman that I'm married to now, she is a gringa. Her ancestry is Indian and Welsh and German. Thank God. She has hazel eyes, which turn green sometimes. Yes, I married a gringa, and thank God. I have three.
How old are your kids?
Jay, I have a. Let me see. I'm going to be 47. I have a 27-year-old.
Oh, shit.
I have a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old. And now here's the thing. If you meet my dad, you'll love meeting my dad because he'll tell you, my son,
I was
James.
hoping you had some little ones we could take down to a Marlins game and feed them hot dogs.
Hey, look, it's not too late, Jay. They can still learn. One's only 15, one's only 14. Look, Jay. Look, they're awesome girls, Jay. They really are. My youngest one, she is.
You want to take 14 and 15-year-old girls down to Marlins Park and eat hot dogs and get drunk with Big J Masters?
No, what I want to do is take them to a shooting range with you and have them a proper coach, teach them how to shoot a gun, preferably a 38 for their first time, along with the Big J Masters. But
I'm completely self-taught. I don't teach anybody to shoot because
no, that's why I say. No, that's absolutely. That's why I say at a proper gun range, it will be taught by a proper instructor.
Right,
and Big,
right.
And Uncle Big J will be there, and everything will be fine. See, he's all nervous. Look at him. Look at him, folks. He's all nervous. Look at him. Reality finally hits you, Jay. I'm just a regular guy. It finally hits you. Holy shit. Fuck. Oh, my God.
What are you talking about? It finally hit me.
Oh, man. No, look, I got great kids. I got a great wife. Jay, you'll love this. My wife, before her and I became official, she was actually a licensed kickboxing pro. So if anyone thinks I'm just too far right wing or this or that or whatever, Oh, there's
weight class though, like 115.
No. Heavyweight.
You got a big woman?
I like big women, Jay. Hey, Jay. Jay, fat cowboys love fat calves, Jay.
Classic line from Bert and Sally.
Oh, shit. Hey.
Have you heard back from Brad about getting on the podcast? I'll do a podcast with you next weekend, man. I'm going to be in town Labor Day weekend.
And Jay, because I love you, because I've been planning on this, at least one day I have taken a vacation time off from the 5th. No, wait a minute, it's before that. Yeah, it's the 5th through the 11th. So I'll have Saturday, Sunday, the rest of the week off, all the way until Saturday. So we can plan whatever. Jay,
have you really talked to Brad about getting on the podcast?
That is absolutely okay. So
don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
No. So all the legalities are out there. I really hope it's Brad's account. I mean, he's got over 10,000 fucking followers. So it's got to be Brad's account. So he and I have been DMing each other back and forth. He wants to get me on the podcast. He's talking about someone else has to come on the podcast before me. I don't give a shit.
No, it's better when it's 4 people, because like if Andrew doesn't count because he's filming, right? So what Brad's trying to explain to you is it's got to be Big J, the conservative Cuban, Lenny, and Brett. Well, shit, that's already too many.
Well, you know, here's the thing, Jay. I like to think of Andrew as the voice of reason. You guys have all your own opinion, your view upon things. There are people that you actually care about. You love this country, and that's why you base your opinion upon it. Hold on, he's probably taking a piss, folks.
Shut up.
See that? We're already close already. Well, I gotta get that moonlight behind me. The moonlight is fucking eerie as fuck. Look at that shit.
I got the blue from Apocalypse Now. I can't hold my phone and piss. So,
Jay, we all got problems, brother.
no, so has Brad gotten back to you about the podcast?
He told me that he would let me know, and that's all. And I already mentioned to you that through DM, I ran into Big Lenny yesterday at the LA Fitness in West Palm Beach.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
He was doing legs. Now
You
Jay,
met
understand?
Big Lenny in person?
Jay. Now, to be fair, when I met him, I just introduced myself. He has no idea who I am. I just said, "Hey, my name is Gabe." And, you know, I was just helping him out as far as his workout. He was on a leg press. I helped him get some weights off because he stacked the whole fucking thing. Jesus Christ. He's not a fucking human being. That guy's not a human being. Like you. You're not a human being. That's what makes the Delray Misfits. Individuals are just not human beings. You're not a human being, and fucking Lenny is not a human being. Just as you said once, and, you know, quoted, the AIDS virus, there's no way the AIDS virus could ever live in Lenny. There's just no way. There's no way. But yet when I saw him, I immediately knew who he was. I heard him. I actually heard Lenny before I even saw him. You could hear his voice echoing across LA Fitness in West Palm Beach, Okeechobee Military.
So you go by Gabe?
I go by Gabe, Gabriel, whatever makes anybody comfortable.
You know what makes me comfortable?
A good dick suck.
Shut up, you asshole. Dude, I like to know that I like the name Gabriel because he was an archangel. So if I have a friend named Gabriel, I'm gonna call him Gabriel.
Jay, whatever makes you comfortable. I really don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if someone calls me Gabe.
I got a pretty good story from the other night. I was at the fucking bar the other night, hammered as fuck, and
not unusual.
The Uber driver brought us back to the goddamn truck stop, and there was this hillbilly guy, this trucker, that was helping out this fucking black family, and they had a tranny leak, like not like a tranny leak, like come out of Lenny's asshole, but their transmission.
It was a crack in a tranny.
No, well, it was a bad line, and
Okay.
this guy in the gasoline lane fucking fix their fucking with like tin snips and a fucking screwdriver and a piece of rubber hose, like saved this Mexican family. And I Uber there like trashed as fuck 2 nights ago. I'm not shitting you. I'm trashed as fuck.
Honesty is good policy.
And I'm watching this white guy working on this Mexican family Suburban, and they got like 10 people in it, and I go up to the guy. I'm like, and I approach him, and I say, dude, what's your name? And he says, Michael. And I said, yeah, makes sense, like the Archangel. Like the Archangel. And I made a post a couple of weeks ago or days ago that Gabriel and Michael, or maybe I did that on my Facebook. You might not have saw it because we're not Facebook friends. Dude, Gabriel and Michael have saved me. Like, I think maybe a dozen times in my lifetime.
Jay, Bible historians, you know why God didn't send Gabriel and he sent Michael instead?
No, I don't.
Because he knew Gabriel would kill Lucifer.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I'm the oldest of 6 children. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Usually, what you see in movies and what you see in television, you'll see the older brother or brothers pick on their younger. I got a brother right now that he's kind of like the David Hasselhoff of electronic music. No one knows who the fuck he is here in the U.S., but everyone knows who the fuck he is in Europe. And I got another brother who left. Jay, you'll love this. He left one of the main. It's not Switzerland. It's God. What is that? What is that godforsaken country in Europe that they're just accepting Muslims and the feminists have taken over? Sweden. Okay. My brother worked for he told them to kiss his ass, and he's gone into the direction of cannabis as far as medical marijuana and things like that. Jay, if you look into, for instance, the stock as far as medical marijuana out of Canada it's amazing. So he told those pharmaceutical companies to kiss his ass, and he went in the other direction. There he goes again, Marlon Brando. I'm going to get some fruit. The Godfather, when he's going to go get some fruit. And fucking Fredo.
I need cotton balls to put in my... No, you're changing the subject because you got uncomfortable.
Here comes the psychology. What was the subject?
I told you that Gabriel and Michael have saved me. Right.
Okay, I'll give you some background. If you were to meet my father would tell you, my son, Jay, at one time, he was so fucking communist, I didn't know what to do. Now he's so far right, he's gone Tea Party. Very easily. Yes, it should disgust you. That is a natural reaction. You should have that goddamn reaction, Jay. Don't judge yourself for it. I could have easily have gone that direction. But no. There was something primal in me that decided to fight. Is it open? Is it pissed? It's
Did it
pissed.
pause?
Don't worry, folks. I got the moonlight behind me. You know, every time I see a moon like this, that's usually when a really bad hurricane comes through afterwards, about 2 weeks after. Just my experience. Have you alleviated yourself, Jay? My speech is slurring.
Have I alleviated myself?
Yes. He's thinking about it. Hold on a minute. Give him a chance.
Dude, I wish you were there the other night. When I met another Gabriel. People must get kind of scared at the bar when someone like me, 335 pounds, and I fucking talk to them. 'Cause I don't know.
Jay, that is your burden to bear because you decided to become a big bear. When you're a big bear, you own the room. You decided to take on that burden. Me, you know, at one time, I looked like Gabriel Iglesias. I looked like I looked like a pear. But now, you know, I look like a potato. I'm glad I'm looking like a potato. I'd rather look like a potato than a fucking pear. But that's your Jay. Not everyone is 335 and walks into a room and you can just see the individual is just absolutely massive. And who in the fuck is going to fuck with that? Have a good night. Who knows what that is? Probably looking for crack, crank, LSD, who knows, hookers. See, here's the problem, folks. The street that I live on, and I don't really give a fuck. Everyone's going to think I'm a lunatic. The street that I live on is right here next to Blue Heron. This street is designated as a emergency way for our police, our EMTs. I'm going inside. That's one of your.
Dude, you got a free pass.
I'm going to grab another beer and sweat out here for another however it takes. Whatever it takes, Jay. We're in this together, whatever it takes. Whether it's 1 minute or another hour.
I'm going to let you go because I want to go inside and get another beer.
I'm going inside. That's one of your
What?
throat clearers. I'm going inside and getting another beer.
What, you want me to carry a knife?
No, I just, people worry about you, Jay. That's going to be a meme.
What?
The knife. That's going to be a meme.
No, a Misfits fan gave me a knife.
Well, just like the Hulk Hogan song says, they're a real American. Fight with Jay is a real American.
I don't go anywhere with this. I never had a knife. A Misfits fan sent me a knife set. I don't go anywhere without this knife.
It's like a fucking credit card, man. Don't go anywhere without it. There it is. Yeah. But Jay's a real American. Fight for what's right for every man. Jay is a real American.
Shut
Fight
up,
for
I can't
what's right.
hold it.
Fight for what's right.
Shut up. Alright. I gotta go inside and get cigarettes and another beer.
All right, sir. You have a very great night. I know I will see you soon. We will break bread. Probably. Look, I know how things work with you. You're very ready.
How about this? You meet me, shit, my mom just says surgery.
Easy on mom, Dukes. Look, Jay. Just so that you understand, I understand your plight. My mom, she lives on her own. My mother, God bless her, is probably one of the toughest individuals I've ever met. She has survived cancer, I don't know how many times. She has had, I don't know, work out for the best. We'll figure everything out.
I think you need to be on the fucking podcast Labor Day weekend. And I'm gonna bust Brad's balls and fucking Andrew's balls.
You're so nice. Here's the thing that people just don't get and just don't understand. If you're a real fan, you have access to these guys. These guys are actually really nice. They're as far as approachable online. Lenny was an absolute fucking sweetheart of a guy. He really was. And whatever euphoria he was building as far as working with the weights, I did not want to interfere with that. So, I just said hello, introduced myself, and I moved on. Jay, you know what? I have to apologize. I have to apologize for my patience. I have a lot of patience. So
I'm gonna stab you in the fucking throat for being such a pussy.
and you know what? That's what I need, Jay. That's what I need.
Yeah.
You're big brother Jay. That's what I need.
Fuck.
Cheers. Podcast, you fuck. Is that what you want to hear? Oh shit.
I tried to end the live with, I'm here with the conservative Cuban. We're trying to get him on the podcast, and you just kept talking.
I fucking ruined it, Jay. Now I'm in God's hands. What the fuck is going to happen next? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm going to go inside and get a What the fuck? There's still 49 people here. I just went to the goddamn gas station. Got smokes. There's literally still what do you guys want to talk about? Where's my glass? Look. I feel like I let 49 people down. 49 people actually enjoy my live streams. Eli Chambers says you're very unhealthy. We thought Adam did you in. Dude, Adam McClown's really not a bad guy. He's just not a misfit. He's a cookie cutter. You guys should leave him alone. Are you still on the road? No, you jack fuck. I'm parked. I'm drinking and smoking. Am I on the road? Omega Order 66. Everyone thought you got mugged by a PM. Yeah, okay. Jay, you ever attend a live wrestling event? I went to one wrestling event a long time ago at the Palace of Auburn Hills, where the Pistons, Detroit Pistons, used to play. I had a good time. Pro wrestling is awesome. Hulk Hogan, it seems to be a good guy. Um, uh, I really like, even though he's deceased, I love the Ultimate Warrior. His videos are so inspirational. Omega 66 wants to talk about Kian's feet. I bet they're gorgeous. I mean, Kian is a Persian lady who happens to be married. She could probably do an OnlyFans page for her feet and get more traffic than the Taco Queen. I've never seen Kian's feet. When I met Kian in person, it was at the Gator Bar at the Olympia, and she was with her husband, who's a nice man. So, really nice couple, married couple, happily married, as far as I know. But she's a beautiful woman. Jake, Big Jake, please FaceTime Big Lenny. Nah, we don't do FaceTime. FaceTime is fucking gay. Thoughts on Taco Queen's feet? Valerie is an incredible woman. I could care less about her feet. Her feet don't make me food. Her feet don't allow me to stay in her house. Valerie is a person. Okay? Let me explain that. Valerie is a person that happens to be Brad's girlfriend. Um, and she's great. Yeah, I've seen her feet. Valerie used to come out to my Chaja when I rented the Charger, and I was hanging out at the Bradford Manor all the time. Valerie would always come out there barefoot. They're not ugly. Do I think about Valerie's feet? No. I love this truck. Gives you warnings. I like to think about Brad sucking those toes, though. That makes me happy. It's Brad sucking her toes that makes me happy. To quote the great Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty, happy, happy, happy. Hold on. That's T. Boswell 11. I just bought a new truck, Jay. Got a great deal. Need a real man with knowledge like you to take a look at it. Hey, Boswell, I don't know what kind of truck you got. I personally like Chevys, unless they're diesel. Then I like Dodge. cigarettes going. What does Valerie's taco taste like? You guys are disgusting. That's Brad's girlfriend. It's girlfriend. Cascadias are for pussies. Jay, how many pull-ups can you do? I'll tell you what. I can do at my body weight, which is 335. I should do a pull-up workout next time. The golden eagle of Germany will rise again. Something wrong with you guys. Jay, I'm 150 and bench 330, so I'm stronger than you. That's awesome. And you know what I would really like to see? If you're truly 150 and bench 330, that's a double body weight bench. I want to see the look on your girlfriend's face when you try and explain to her that you're stronger than me. That would be classic. Jason, me, Jay, and Green Goblin, there are no crossing swords. Jay, I'm 25 and bench 300. I'm stronger. Okay, now you guys are trolling me. Fuhrer de Kaiser. Leo got a hold of Roger Stone before you. What's good cycle for a 21-year-old in the military? Don't choose the military. You'll get kicked out. I can do 5 pull-ups and I weigh, what? 130, so I'm stronger than you. That doesn't make sense. J Masters for a Fuhrer. Roger Stone is a free man. I agree with that. To quote the great Nate Figgs, what are we talking about? Infamous Bob. Here's a good guy. I'm 265 and can bench 135. pretty big for a bodybuilder. I love you, infamous Bob. I wonder how big Big J's cock is. What are you smoking me, bully? I think they're Pall Mall menthols. You can't bench your weight. Dude, I weigh 335. I can do that for 15. Guarantee you. All right, here we go. Boy.kill'em Joe. Besides drugs, how can you improve your bench press? You get on a routine, man. Get on a good bench press routine and eat like a dog. Nothing helps the bench press more than eating. Shit. I'm fucking trashed right now. Oh, I like the blue light, yes. My name is Matt Foley. Yes, I'm divorced. And I live in a van down by the river. I can't believe I'm. My name is Matt Foley, a motivational speaker. Yes, I am divorced, and I live in a van down by the river. Big J, advice for a type 1 diabetic trying to build size. 210. Dude, I don't really know what type 1 means. Does that mean like you had diabetes as a kid? Like, I don't, there's type 1 and there's type 2. Like, Lenny is type 2, right? Oh. 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 Why is your face so bloated? Because I'm 6 foot 335, you dick shit. Jay is crying. No, I'm not crying. Oh. Do you brush your teeth? Yeah, twice over the weekend. Chuck E. Cheese Ranch just commented. Jay invites me to live. It drunk call. I'm honored, but Cheese is secret personality. Where do we contact Dale? Rod says Jay's haircut makes him look less like a bully in a 90s movie. Just needs a leather jacket. I'm looking for some legitimate comments to respond to. Where's my fucking glasses? Thoughts on NBA playoffs? I don't watch that port shit. Did Dale get a divorce? I don't know. As far as I can surmise, um, I think Dale is separated. Ever broke a bone before? I don't know. Did Trump save the Big Ten? No, but man, I love Donald Trump's comment that we need to play football this fall. That's fucking awesome. And I really don't like the way the fucking coaches, whether it's Jim Harbaugh, who guaranteed Michigan coach has been walking with Black Lives Matter, and Nick Saban, the head coach of Alabama, I believe walked with BLM yesterday. You got to be a real cookie cutter to walk with BLM, and that's what Alabama football has reduced themselves to. Nick Saban cucked himself yesterday walking with BLM, and he led the march. He is a piece of shit. Who's winning the Olympia in December? Who cares? Thoughts on Brad and Taco's OnlyFans account? No comment. More power to them. I hope Brad makes a lot of money off Taco Queen's feet page. Fuck. Why do you guys care? I mean, that's so stupid. Donkey Kong Fitness. Thoughts on Taco Queen's OnlyFans? I don't want to see it. More power to Valerie. If you guys want to pay money to see her toes with Brad sucking them, do it. Yeah. Brad sucks our toes. What the fuck? Okay. Brad was supposed to be the alpha of the group till the toe sucking came out. Why can't you be an alpha male and suck some toes? If you got a girlfriend with some sweet feet, what's wrong with putting her toes in your mouth? Jesus Christ. So, what happened to the new universal order and all the McLeod stuff? I'm not sure. Adam McLeod is my boy. I love Adam McLeod. And the fact that the new universal order is gone bums me out. I have no problem with Adam McLeod. If it wasn't for Adam McLeod, I wouldn't know Moses was a fucking warrior. Thoughts on Jane's toes? How do you feel about people from Kentucky? I love the people of Kentucky. Do porches smell? You'd have to ask my girlfriend. Um, I'm not doing the Leo and Longevity podcast. I think the the fact that Brad, Andrew, and Big Lenny all did the Leo and Longevity podcast somewhat adds to my mystique that I am the only true misfit to not do the Leo Longevity podcast. That's a good question. If Biden wins, how do we solve the issue with BLM, Antifa, and the rest of those fuckers? Go out and vote. Biden's not going to win if we all go vote. Biden can only win about 17 states. Want me to name them? The states where all the pussies live? I'll go through all 17 right now. Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Nevada, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont. Is that 17? Those are the states that are cuckolded. States where people are such pussies, where you let the women control the show. I personally think that women should be used as not only sandwich makers, but cum dumpsters. Go get your tubes tied, like Brad did, so you don't get trapped in a relationship you don't want to be in. See, the minute you get a woman pregnant, you lost all the power in that relationship. And so if you get your tubes tied, like Brad did, you have all the power. You don't need kids. There's already enough people on this fucking filthy planet. Unless you're a Nazi skinhead and you live in some kind of fucking fantasy world where you can raise your kids to be brainwashed into white power, your kids are gonna become indoctrinated through the public school system to become complete pussies. So let me catch up with the comments. What about the blacks? The only blacks I know, the only blacks I meet are people that just want to be treated like equals. I don't come in contact with the dregs of society that are out there rioting and fucking causing all this nonsense. Conservative Cuban just said neither one of my kids are in the current public school system. Right. Go. Um, yes. Because when the man owns the house, free and clear, before the woman enters the house, then you still have power. You young guys that want to get married and live the American dream and buy a house with your wife, there's at least a 50% chance she's going to divorce your ass, wind up living in the house, and you're going to be paying her to maintain the same standard of living, no matter what state you're in. So why would you want that? You guys win her back and then accept what she did to humiliate you as a man. Nate is like the worst role model. There and try and patch things up. That's the gayest thing I've ever seen. Look, I live in a male-dominated fucking world. And if you guys think it's lonely, okay. Your house and paying a cunt that you don't even love anymore to live in your house and raise your kids. I mean, come on, man. Think about yourself. I want you guys to think about yourself. Be selfish. Stop thinking about trying to be a good guy and honoring your woman and raising your own kids in a monogamous family. That shit ain't gonna work. Some chance of here. I'm not saying women are bad. I mean, women are awesome. I love women. So let me explain why. You guys know I love that term. You just don't give them the power. You don't give them the child. You don't give them a chance to take over all your equity that you're working your dick off to fucking produce and save for your future. And those of you guys that think like, oh, I found the right one. She wouldn't do that to me. Okay. Let's see how that works out for you. Come back, come talk to me in 2 years or 4 years when you got a toddler and dude, you know how women in this country operate. They usually don't file for divorce till they got that second kid. Because if they file for divorce when you only got one kid, their standard of living usually goes down. But once they got that second kid, their standard of living after divorce goes up. Do the math. Be your own man. You want to be a cuck? You want to be you want to be an absent father? Or yeah, I love my kids, but you know, my wife got the house. My wife. You young guys, go to a bar one night and sit down next to a guy who lost his ass over everything to his ex-wife, and you'll see. I got 2 kids. What am I supposed to do? Oh wanting extra. I don't know what that means. The deck is stacked against you. Okay? Those of you guys that think, oh man, I really love her, want to have a family, the deck, if you don't believe me, go to the bar and fucking talk to some people that have lived it. Go to a fortune. I'm way behind on the comments. Earl, go to the bar and just buddy up to some other loser that's already been there. I'm telling you guys. And just buddy up to some other loser that's already been there. You'll see. Now, oh fuck. Pay your child support, then hop into a next relationship. I'm telling you guys. I know. Women are going to snub you. How many of your friends are retiring these days that they've been married to the same woman and they've never been? I'm going to say, like, I don't know the exact facts. I'm telling you, the way they can get their babies, and then they can leave you, and their standard of living goes up. Their standard of living will never ever be better if they stay with you. Unless, of course, you're a freak and you make, like, huge money. Okay, imagine how trashy Jay's girlfriend would be. Okay, beachfront, whatever your name is. If you guys don't believe me, trust me. Come talk to me in 2, 4, 8 years. You'll be paying child support. Now, you wanna be paying child support. A lot of you guys are like, "Oh, I love my kid." Yeah, but they're gonna bring you for the child support and feed the kid fucking hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then they're gonna be using what you give them that's supposed to be a bunch of fucking child support, hell, God bless you. See, that's the secret in the modern day American world. Latch onto a woman who's pulling in tons of money in child support and not having of his paycheck for her nasty ass to get fucking child support. Then you move in, and as long as you don't knock her up, you're living fucking fine. Because and her husband's paying child support on 3 kids, and she's like an executive assistant or some other pissant fucking office job. Come on, man. She lives in a nice place, and she's got all this money coming in. You slide in as just the boyfriend, and you're just getting the pussy. All you're doing is just biding your time. You're fucking that pussy. You're putting up with her previous marriage. It sucks, but whatever, man. That's the only way a white man can get a free ride in this country is hook up with a piece of trash that's already burned some other guy, and you move in, and she doesn't even need your income. Your income is like bar money. Because she already burned the previous guy for everything she needs in life. I watched some of Jason Blaha's fucking YouTube channel. That guy lifts light weights and acts like, to be honest with you, Jason Blaha is actually very educated, but he lifts light weights. Like I watched a Jason Blaha video earlier today, and he deadlifts 455, thinking that's heavy. No, if you want to be like Jason Blaha and thinking deadlifting 405 is heavy, good for you. This is the wrong page for you. Blaha has hair. Come on, man. Who will marry Nate's wife? Well, thankfully for the world, Olivia is on birth control. good as for a piece of pussy? What level of cuckolding are you willing to put up with? I mean, it all comes down to that. Like, what level of cuckolding are you willing to put up with? I mean, level of cuckolding am I willing to put up with to get a decent piece of pussy? To put up with to get a decent piece of pussy. In this day and age, that's what it comes down to. I personally am too old and too set in my ways. Am I a loser? It really depends on what you define as a loser. I mean, I pay my own bills. If you knew German women were making money from eating donuts and getting interracially stuffed, were making money from eating donuts and getting interracially stuffed. I agree with that. You, you gotta make some decisions as a man. Like, is a piece of, how willing are you going? What are you willing to take to get a piece of pussy? Is it money? Is it pride? I mean, the piece of pussy. I mean, because you're going to lose one of the. I mean, because you're going to lose one of the two. You're going to lose pride or you're going to lose money. So what are you willing to lose? Make a decision. What are you willing to lose? And you guys that watch my channel, you know that I play to win the game. So I'm not willing to lose anything. There's no good women out there unless you marry your high school girlfriend. But even when you see these pro athletes that marry their fucking high school sweethearts, they got millions of dollars and they still have problems. They married their high school girlfriend. They have more money than God and they still have problems. What's that tell you? See, you need to think. Previous video that fucking your first cousin is actually kind of is actually kind of I'd like to go back in time to fight the Viet Cong. Jay, do you go into it emotional? We're going back to talking about lifting. Yeah. Um, Sometimes I like to think about dark things. And yeah. Um, Sometimes I like to think about dark things. And before I lift heavy weights. Because you want to be a bodybuilder, like you don't have to go dark. Um, if you just want to be like PJ Braun and do side laterals and tricep kickbacks and preacher curls and build your muscles, no, you don't have to go to a dark place. But to lift really heavy, that's easy. How easy is that? But if you wanna be a man and take it to the next level, yeah. Or people that wronged you or shit that happened to you as a kid. And you get under that bar and you fucking you rip it. Absolutely rip it. Easy as that. But if you wanna be a man and take it to the next level, yeah. Or people that wronged you or shit that happened to you as a kid. And you or shit that happened to you as a kid. And you get under that bar and you fucking you rip it. Absolutely rip it. Ugh. You guys want me to start crying? Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, this cigarette's wet as fuck. Yeah, this cigarette's wet as fuck. Put in a pinch of Copenhagen. Crying is the window to our sorrows. Have you guys had enough? Have you guys had enough? Well, this looks like a good question. From John Boy 382. Bucket list item is to meet Jay out in the wild, preferably while he is pumping death. Okay. Uh, Getting bored. Jay, if you entered the Ruby, could you beat Lenny? No, Lenny gets shredded. I don't have discipline right now to get shredded. Getting bored. Jay, if you entered the Ruby, could you beat Lenny? No, Lenny gets shredded. I don't have discipline right now to get shredded. I'm 335 pounds of fat. Yeah, I lift heavy weights. So what? My ideal weight is about 275. So I'm like 60 pounds overweight. So go fuck yourselves. Jay, why is Aladdin made you much gain? Jay, why is Aladdin made you much gains in a year than you have? Simple. Aladdin's new to steroids. All right. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, 275, I'd be shredded. Not shredded, but